Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS Juice. Let's start assessing an essay today. So the prompt says, some people say smartphones and laptops are harmful for primary school children and they should not be allowed to use them. Others, however, believe that they are beneficial and children's access to technology should not be limited. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay. So among IELTS teachers and IELTS candidates, this is called a discussion-led essay. And in these cases, we are asked to talk about the opinion of Group A and the opinion of Group B, and at the end, we need to express our own opinion. But from the eyes of the actual IELTS test, this type of essay has three main points, and we need to address them. And we need to show the IELTS test that, hey, we know these 3 points and we address them. Again, depends on the quality, whether you cover it, maybe you first address it, or then you cover it, or you're sufficiently covered, or you fully cover it. That will determine your task response score. Here, the 3 items are, first, the group A is the group that says these devices are harmful for primary school children. Group B says, no, the benefits outweigh the merits. And the third main point is that what is the writer's opinion? Does the writer take a side, or the writer has an opinion on all by its own? I mean, it's a totally different opinion. So let's start reading and assessing the essay here. In our modern world, technology has penetrated our daily lives, and in particular, children's lives. We don't need a comma here. You see, it's just our daily lives, in particular children's lives. And you could just delete and keep the comma here, life, in particular children's lives, and then this is called a bracketing comma. So not always, but you usually have a pair. So 1 comma before and 1 comma after what you have to say, or you want to interject something in the middle of your sentence. So this bracketing comma is fine. You can get rid of the and here. By offering a wide range of devices, okay, while according to some, the easy use of technological devices should be restricted among students, others, myself included, this is a very smart move. The writer already clearly takes a side and chooses one group over the other 100%. So everything the second group in this case says will be completely in line with the writer's opinion. That's a very good strategy. It saves a lot of time and energy for you. So you choose one side and then you 100% commit to that side. Are convinced that the educators should have unrestricted access to modern technology due to its favorable impacts. In this essay, I will state both these views. Beautiful. So the thesis statement, the last sentence of the introduction, tells me that, all right, in this essay, I am going to read 2 paragraphs, basically, or 2 parts. One part is the view of Group A, and one part is the view for Group B. Now let's read ahead. First body paragraph. On the one hand, those who are in favor of restricting technological devices hold the view that children are becoming socially isolated, which is rooted in the widespread use of technology. I like it. I love the word rooted. It's a good topic sentence. And I understand the topic. We want to talk about children's isolation, and this is due to widespread use of technology. Let's see what else it has to offer. This has meant that the educators, why the educators? If we're generalizing just educators, is there a specific group among educators that we're targeting? If it is, if it is so, then we have to define who these specific group of educators are. Wouldn't present physically at the society, wouldn't be physically present in the society, I guess. And they prefer to stay home while they are allocating their time, beautiful, love that, time to smartphones and laptops. Okay, sounds clear. Children, therefore, if we put therefore in a position that it is not supposed to be, which is usually at the beginning of the sentence, we call it front position. If it's not going there, then we need to put to a bracketing comma. It needs to come with a comma before and a comma after it, because it is now in a position that it's not normally supposed to be. It's not wrong. Writers do it for a reason, and it usually means to add a little bit more emphasis on this. So it creates this awareness for the reader. Let me say it in simple terms. Therefore, children will not be able to communicate is a normal sentence, and it's correct. Children, therefore, will not be able to communicate is again a correct sentence, but there is a little bit more emphasis on the whole sentence. Writers do that, and it's a very good practice. It's correct. Just make sure it comes with correct punctuation. Will not be able to communicate effectively with their peers. I love the word peers. For instance, gamers become addicted to their computers, and this day is redundant, and prefer to stay home rather than spend. We need bare infinitive because we're talking about rather, and then here we say they prefer to stay rather than spend. You can see prefer to stay matches the word spend. Time with their friends. The opponents of technological devices also believe that the increasing use of technology can result in laziness and obesity among students. I love this. I love this part. This is a very good sentence. The vocabulary, laziness, obesity, they're very good. However, it needs development. The sentence by itself is clear, but I would like to add, I feel that there's a missing sentence, and after that maybe one example would help it to be fully developed. This is fine, this is sufficient, but not fully developed. On the other hand, now let's go to the other camp. So far in the first paragraph, we just discussed whatever they believe that, which as I recall, they were people who believe technology is damaging in our children. Now let's move on to the other camp. On the other hand, the proponents of technological devices adhere that technology, I love the word, technology facilitates students with not only online learning, but also practical applications to handle real-life situations. Long topic sentence, good vocabulary. Before reading the rest of the paragraph, now I know which group I'm dealing with. And it's a little bit too... It gives me details, which it shouldn't, especially at the beginning. But it's accurate, but it is correct. I mean, the information is correct and I like it. It enables students to look for a wealth of information. This is funny, wealth is an uncountable noun, but the structure, a wealth of information, is like a lot of. So that's fine. You can say a wealth of information. And it usually means a lot of good things about something. A wealth of information through various websites. In particular, correct use of in particular, YouTube and Google. For instance, more than half of the students across the globe more than half of students across the globe is definitely more than one student, so it's plural, have access to the internet and at least one up-to-date device to find their subject-related information. Okay. Again, I understand the sentences are clear. There are examples. I read 3 sentences for this paragraph. The hierarchy of sentences, I mean, the topic sentence, and then there are 2 supporting sentences. One is a major supporting, the other is minor supporting sentence. I like the structure of the paragraph, and it's clear. So this paragraph is the one that is in line with the writer's opinion. And the conclusion: all things considered, although many people believe that feeling of isolation and obesity should not be neglected as the result of advances in technology, I believe that technological devices are tremendously advantageous due to providing virtual learning. Okay, fine, very good. 290 words. Clear, to the point, very well developed. In some instances, it could be more fully developed, but still clear. The writer's opinion is there. All 3 parts were addressed. Let's look at the assessment table. So as predicted, we have sufficient, the essay sufficiently addressed all parts of the task. It's well developed, and all the information presented were relevant and extended, not fully extended again, but extended to some extent to the level that you had multiple examples, more than a couple. Coherence, cohesion is fine. There was no issue in referencing. Paragraphing could be better. The topic sentences could be clearer and more generic. There's too much detail in the topic sentence. We usually start topic sentences with more general information. And then the word choice is fine. There are some errors, but the errors do not impede communication. Of course, we were able to understand. And there were also some grammar errors, and specifically, there were more punctuation errors. And yes, punctuation is also scored under grammatical range and accuracy. So there were more punctuation errors than like conventional grammatical structure errors. But they do not reduce our communication, and the communication is, in maybe rare instances, it was affected. So in total, this essay gets 6.5. It is a bit shy of 7, but it deserves a solid 6.5. There were some instances of redundancy. Redundancy is an error, but it's not an error for scores like 6 or 7. It is usually an error measured in higher scores. So anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, your essays, your letters, and your reports are your representatives, so make sure they do their jobs well, and I wish you a lovely day ahead.